All right, hello. I want to welcome you to your summer semester of the Connecting with Ideas course, CWI 101. This is You Are What You Eat, and I just want to give you a little crash course through Blackboard and the course syllabus before we technically start classes on Monday. So I'm going to email this announcement to you. You'll have the weekend to review this because your course shell doesn't technically open until Sunday night at midnight. So there is a little bit of a delay, if you will, before the semester starts, before you actually have access to the course. And so I just want to go through a couple of things related to the course shell itself, and then I just want to highlight a couple things in the syllabus before we start really fast and crazy on Monday. So the first thing that I like to highlight for students is that this is a summer class, and summer classes are unique in the sense that you can get them done in 8 weeks, which is really, really nice, but it's also really important to know that it's extremely fast-paced. So what we did is we took a 16-week course that I would normally teach in the fall or spring semester, and we've condensed it down into 8 weeks. And so it feels crazy. It feels fast and furious. And so I just like to say that right up front. We cover a lot of ground. We cover it really fast. Just as a FYI, as you're starting to put some of those due dates and things on your calendar, odd weeks are due on Wednesdays, and then even weeks are due on Saturdays. So it's super, super fast. We're essentially covering 2 weeks worth of materials in that 1 week window during the summer session. So, FYI, that's the summer. It's crazy. It's awesome because you can get a course done in 8 weeks, but it is super fast. So just know that. So this landing space is basically where you will land when you log into Blackboard and click on My Course specifically. So if I come back to My Blackboard, you're actually going to see a list of your courses that are listed here. And then in order to access this course specifically, you would click on that 21 Summer CWI 101, and then that'll land you into our home page. The home page always starts with an announcement, and I usually post an announcement once a week depending on the needs of the class and kind of where we're at and how things are going. So the thing to know about announcements is they're always posted here, but then I also always send you an email to your student email account. So you want to make sure that you're checking that student email frequently, especially during the summer semester, because it is so fast-paced. You want to make sure that you are getting any of that pertinent information that I'm sending out probably on a daily basis. So check your student email on a daily basis. Be looking for announcements from me with some of that pertinent information. One of the very first things that I always tell students is this is an online course, so there is no specified meeting time. It really is work at your own pace. Make sure that you're paying attention to those necessary deadlines. A lot of people refer to it as time management. You'll learn later on in the semester, I refer to it as managing your priorities. So ensure that you know when those necessary due dates are. And we'll go through all of that when we take a quick peek at your course syllabus. One of the things that I also tell students is Firefox and Chrome are going to be your best bet when you're using Blackboard. Blackboard can be a little temperamental. And not always the most friendly. And so you just want to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success by using one of those browsers when you're utilizing Blackboard. Oh, and the other thing that I want to point out super, super fast before I go through the course shell itself is the book. So this is why I post the announcement on Friday, because I want you to have time. So if you need over the weekend to order the book or stop by the bookstore to pick up the book, you do need this book. So this is The Omnivore's Dilemma by Michael Pollan. We will read this book through the summer session. And so all of your discussion boards, we will post responses related to questions that I ask about the chapters that you're reading in that book. So you want to make sure that you have that book. You can rent it through the CWI bookstore. You can buy it online, used, new. I don't really have a preference on version. Just make sure that it is this book, The Omnivore's Dilemma by Michael Pollan. So the cover should look like this. There are a couple of other ones out there called The Omnivore's Dilemma that have different covers, and you want to stay away from those. So as we take a look really fast at Blackboard itself, I just want to point out a couple of things here. So faculty information, this is where you can find any pertinent information related to me, the person who is teaching your summer course. So if you need to get in contact with me, my email address is here, my work phone number is listed here, where my office is located. The office hours are also posted in my course syllabus, but they're also listed here as well. So if you need to connect with me during office hours, you can do that as well. I always like to tell my online students just a little bit about who I am, just so you kind of know. This is my family. They're pretty special to me. My husband Will and I have been married for almost 14 years, I think. It's been a while. And we have 2 kiddos together. So this is Paisley standing by the number 7. She's 7. And she's super excited about summer this year. We have lots of camping trips planned and fun activities for our family, a trip to the Oregon coast. So we're excited that we're moving a little bit past COVID and reestablishing a little bit of normalcy in our life. And then this is Hattie. She's 4. She's getting ready to start kindergarten this year. Super excited about that. And then I'm actually preggers with our 3rd, so I'm due in November, and so we'll add, pretty soon, we will be a family of 5, which is pretty exciting. Another thing you should know about me is I do really love food. I love talking about food. I love eating food. I love growing food. I have a massive garden every year. There's actually a garden on campus as well that you'll hear me talk about throughout this semester that you're more than welcome to be engaged with. I love fermenting food, so I've really gotten into making kombucha and kefir, and I've got a lacto ferment going on right now with some radishes that I harvested from the garden. So really, really love that. And then the last thing that you should know about me is I also love hanging out at the racetrack. So I actually have a race next Friday, so the week that classes start. We do club racing out at Firebird Raceway. It's a really super fun thing that I do with my brother and my aunt and my uncle, my dad, my grandparents. I've been at the racetrack since I was a little kid, so it's fun to actually be racing at the racetrack. And this is the super cool truck that I race. So it's a 72 C10. It's got a little small block in it. My husband and I are actually rebuilding a 68 C10, and we're putting a big block in it. So hopefully I'll be able to take that out to the track next year once it's done. You'll also notice embedded within this is your course syllabus. I want to just take a quick peek at your course syllabus because it does reiterate some of the things that we were talking about. So again, contact information. This talks about the reality that it is a summer course. It talks about my availability, so I will have some virtual office hours. But then I also tell you that you can always send me an email. You can always schedule a time to meet with me. I'm super available and willing to help if you have any questions about anything. So don't hesitate to reach out and just say, hey, Andrea, I'm super confused. Can you please help? I don't know what's going on, right? Like, just help me out. So don't be afraid to reach out. If my office hours don't work for you, shoot me a quick message. I'm super good about responding to email. So, don't be afraid to shoot me a message. The other thing that I just want to point out on the syllabus is the course calendar. And this is what I would take. So on Monday, when your course shell opens, this would be the first thing that I would look at, and I would pay attention to those due dates. So remember, I said odd weeks are due on Wednesdays, even weeks are due on Saturdays. I try to set it up to where some students work Monday through Friday, and so they like to have that Saturday, Sunday window and access to the course materials during that time. That's totally fine. I don't open modules early. So just know that we work through together on the things that are pertinent to that specific week. So I find that students are more successful if we stay on track and we continue to progress through the course together rather than allowing some students to work ahead and for some students to fall behind. So pay attention to that course calendar, know what those necessary due dates are, plug them into something that's super easy for you to manage, because we will refer to those a lot throughout the semester. The last 2, maybe 3 things that I want to point out within your Blackboard course shell are where you access your course materials. So all of your course materials live within a learning module. So when you access your course shell on Monday, the first and only learning module that will be available is this week 1. What should we have for dinner? And everything that you need is within that course module. So you just want to make sure that you click on that, take a look at the announcement, take a look at the weekly checklist, and then start working through the course materials that are specific to that learning module. I always post this little did you know? This is a student success course, and so we want to ensure that you're linked with all of the necessary resources that you need in order to be successful. So like this first one talks about Office 365 and how you have access to that for free as a student, and you can download Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, those sorts of things in order to utilize those. And then there's always going to be supplemental things that are embedded within the course module. And then there's always a discussion board. So the discussion board is embedded within the learning module, but if you scroll up to the very top, you're also going to notice on the left-hand side, there's a direct link to the discussion board forums. And once those are available, you can start providing responses to those. Usually what I tell students is in order to be successful with those discussion boards, I usually copy those questions and paste them into a Word document and then formulate my response to those questions. That way you can save it off, you can read at your leisure, go back and respond to the questions, and you don't have to worry about, hurry up, sit down, and type the responses to all of these questions. Once you have those questions answered, you'll actually come back here and you'll click on this what should we have for dinner. You're going to click this thing right here that says create thread, and then you'll go ahead and copy and paste your response into this discussion board. So tonight for dinner, we should have pizza. And then you can copy and paste the response into that. And then at the very bottom, if I scoot myself out of the way here, you'll click this little submit button so that that gets submitted so that I can see that. One of the things with an online course is in order to gauge participation, you are required to respond to your peers. So make sure that you're responding to at least 3 of your peers in the class so that, again, you're engaged in the process, we're having that conversation, we're really synthesizing that information and understanding what's going on this semester. So those are discussion boards. You'll always have a discussion board. Every single module, there will be a discussion board. The other thing that you'll also always have is a Let's Connect assignment, and that's based all around student success. And so you'll notice that that very first Let's Connect in your week 1 learning module was all centered around navigating and learning Blackboard. So there is a badge that you have to complete, and this walks you through where to find that badge and then where to upload that badge. So you'll go into your Blackboard course, click on My Commons in this little student Blackboard under college badges. Once you've completed that badge, I ask you to take a screenshot from your badge book and then upload that screenshot as your completed assignment. Again, if you have questions, please reach out, because I know in the very beginning, as you're starting to navigate those things, it can be a little bit confusing. The other thing that I have posted for you all is just this little link right here. This is how to do stuff. So you're like, she said take a screenshot of my badge. I don't even know what she's talking about. There's a little video here that walks you how to take a screenshot, how to submit assignments, how to be successful with your discussion board posts. So this is a good little landing space when you're just thinking about, like, she said I needed to do these things. What does that look like? The last thing that I always encourage students to do is to come check on their grades. So on the left-hand side, you'll see there's a link that says My Grades with all of the different assignments that we'll have this semester. I am pretty prompt about grading your assignments, so make sure that you go and check your grade book frequently. Make sure that you're getting the points that you thought you deserved, and that you're earning credit for the things that you've submitted throughout the semester. If you have questions, again, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to work with you, especially these first couple days as we're really starting to navigate through things and understand how things work within Blackboard, within CWI, and then you add taking this super fast-paced summer course on top of it. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. So that's it, the crash course. Hopefully you enjoy this weekend, this last little weekend before the summer semester starts. Again, if you have questions, comments, concerns, you're needing help, please reach out. Other than that, I hope that we have a fantastic semester. Like I said, it's 8 weeks of fast and fury, but I hope that you grow in appreciation for your food, where it comes from, and want to engage in that process. So welcome. I'm excited to meet you all online.